only 357 seconds. That's the margin. That's all that separated Shane van Gisbergen from the field at Sonoma. His smallest winning margin in 8 road course victories, and Denny Hamlin was close enough to watch it happen. So is the gap finally closing? Hamlin has an answer, and it's not the one you'd expect. This is about more than one race. It's about whether the most dominant road course run in recent NASCAR history is starting to crack, and what that means with 8 races left before the chase cutoff. Sunday at Sonoma, van Gisbergen held off a hard-charging Chase Briscoe to win. It's his 8th road course victory. That ties in with Tony Stewart for career road course wins. Only Jeff Gordon sits ahead of him now, but this win looked different. Not a runaway. A fight. Denny Hamlin had a front row seat to that fight. Literally. He started 1 row away from van Gisbergen. I started within a row of him, which was fantastic because I could kind of watch a little bit, Hamlin said on Action's Detrimental. What he saw still impressed him, but it wasn't the same gap NASCAR has grown used to seeing. Was it the big gap over the field that we've seen at other tracks? No, Hamlin said. So, what's different? Hamlin says the field is starting to see something specific, how van Gisbergen attacks certain corners. I think what the field is starting to figure out is his approaches to speed in certain corners, Hamlin said. I think that's where he'll struggle to maintain the big advantage that he has over the field. Hamlin didn't finish Sunday's race the way he wanted to. Lap 64, a spin, splitter damage. His Yahoo Toyota Camry was running P6 at the time. He'd finished 26th, but the damage to his car didn't damage his vantage point earlier in the race. Would I watch him approach, 11 corners at Sonoma? There's a few where it's like, wow, I never thought to approach that corner that way, Hamlin said. That's the real story here. Not just that van Gisbergen is fast. It's how he's fast, and whether that can be learned. And so I think the field sees that, and eventually they close it, Hamlin said. But then comes the harder question. The one Hamlin isn't sure has an answer. Does his really acute awareness of what he needs out of his car, his techniques, and all that stuff, able to be replicated? That's likely a tougher discussion, Hamlin said. Watching a move is one thing. Executing it lap after lap under pressure, that's another. While Hamlin's day ended early, his Joe Gibbs Racing teammates put speed on display all afternoon. Chase Briscoe finished 2nd. Ty Gibbs finished 3rd. Christopher Bell finished 5th. Kyle Larson broke up that string of Toyotas with a 4th place run of his own. 4 of the top 5 won Chevrolet. The rest, Toyota. It seems like the Gibbs cars definitely were the next best cars. Or next best in speed to him, Hamlin said. So could Briscoe have won it? Could one of the Gibbs cars have gotten there first? Hamlin doesn't dodge the question. You could beat him, he said, but then comes the qualifier, the one that matters. You still got to put in the back of your mind that the Trackhouse cars still have not been great this year, Hamlin said. So he's probably not driving the fastest car, but he's driving it the fastest. Read that again, not the fastest car, the fastest driver in it. So maybe he gets that advantage back when his cars get a little bit faster, Hamlin said. He's just not going to make that many mistakes. That's the sentence that should worry everyone chasing him. A driver who wins with an inferior car and rarely makes a mistake is not a driver the field is catching. Not yet. Here's what makes this moment bigger than one race at Sonoma. The road course schedule for 2026 is done. There's no more track left this season to prove or disprove whether the field has actually closed the gap. The next test isn't a corner, it's the standings. Van Gisbergen currently sits 14th in the chase standings. He's 35 points above the cut line. 8 races remain to settle it. Not whether he can win a road course, but whether he can hold his spot when the track stops favoring him. So here's what we know and what we don't. We know the margin got smaller. We know Hamlin had a courtside view and still walked away impressed. We know the field's best answer to van Gisbergen right now wears a Joe Gibbs Racing fire suit, 33 of them, in fact. What we don't know is whether the field is starting to figure out his approach turns into actually beating him, or whether some things simply can't be copied. Here's the angle most fans aren't talking about. This isn't really a road course story anymore. It's a chase story. Van Gisbergen doesn't need to keep winning road courses. He needs to survive 8 races on tracks that don't play to his biggest strength. So the real question isn't whether Denny Hamlin thinks the field is catching Shane van Gisbergen on a road course. It's whether Van Gisbergen can hold a 35-point cushion on the tracks where the field always had the advantage. Is this the year the rest of the Cup Series finally solves him? Or is he about to prove road courses were never the whole story? Subscribe and turn on notifications because we're tracking every point of that cushion for the next 8 races. And you'll want to see it before the cutoff does.